Hi there, and welcome to our tutorial on booking with WC Online. WC Online is the online booking software that we use here at the Center for Academic Excellence. It allows you to book appointments for yourself at your convenience with most of our services. But how do you access WC Online? And what does booking an appointment even look like? That's what this video is all about. Let's start with accessing WC Online. To start, we're going to log in to classes.tyndale.ca. On your main dashboard, you'll want to click the Appointments button in the Writing and Tutoring Services / Academic Advising and Career Services box on the right side of the page. Once you click the button, you'll be taken to an in-between page where you can learn more about WC Online and select which service you want to book with, a Writing and Tutoring appointment or an Academic Advising and Careers appointment. Just a note, depending on your semester and when your classes run, those buttons might not show up. When that happens, there will be a yellow alert with instructions on who to contact to get to the bottom of things. If this is your first time using WC Online with us, you'll have to complete a short registration form. This is so that when you book with us, we have a record of your name, your contact information, and your academic journey here at Tyndale. Make sure you fill out all the boxes with the red star and that you check off these two boxes here at the bottom of the form. Once that's done, or if you've already registered before, you'll be taken directly to our booking calendar. I'm going to use the Writing and Tutoring Services calendar to show you around. The first thing you're going to see is a lot of instructions and information about the calendar you're booking on. And if it's your first time booking with us, you may want to give this a read just to have an idea of what to expect. Above this are some very important calendar buttons. The previous, current, and next week buttons allow you to quickly navigate between weeks of the semester. Hit next, you move 1 week forward. Hit previous, you move 1 week back. Or you can use this little button that actually looks like a calendar to select a specific date when you want to book. Remember, you can only book up to 4 weeks in advance, and you can't book same-day appointments. Scrolling down, you can use the 3 drop-downs below that introductory information to narrow down what the calendar will show you. Staff and resources will let you select which consultant you want to book with. Desired assistance will let you select if you want a writing consultation or tutoring in any of various subjects. And meeting types will let you select whether you want a face-to-face or an in-person meeting or a Teams video call appointment. Once you've narrowed your options, you can scroll down to the calendar itself, where it's time to book your appointment. You're going to want to look for the open white time slots. Just make sure you pay attention to who you're booking with, as different consultants have different specialties, and some consultants are limited to only online appointments on certain days. That will be noted as online only on the calendar. As you can see, the time slots for this week are currently all open, but if we go to a different week, you might see that some of the slots are actually already booked. That's signified by one of the blue boxes. Once you've found a time and a consultant that works for you, go ahead and click on one of those open white time slots to open a Create New Appointment form. You'll want to pay special attention to this time at the top here. If you want an hour appointment, which we recommend in most cases, you're going to need to change the time to a full hour, like so. From there, you can read the bio of your consultant to find out their areas of specialization, and then fill out the rest of the form with your course code, assignment information, and whatever it is you want help with. And again, some appointments are online only, while others have in-person options. So if you can do either face-to-face or video call, make sure that you note which one you want when you're booking the appointment. You can also attach documents to your appointments, such as a PDF version of your assignment instructions or a Word copy of the draft that you're working on. But let's say you're booking early and you don't quite have your assignment finished yet. That's totally fine. You can always come back later and add the file closer to your appointment time. Once you've filled out all the information, put in all the information, see, actually, I forgot this one here, you can go ahead and click the Create Appointment button. You'll know it worked because, first of all, you'll get this lovely little form here that says it's now your existing appointment, and on the calendar, it's going to show up as a yellow time slot now. But let's say you wanted to change the appointment. Maybe you only need half an hour, or you want to work on a different assignment entirely. Maybe you want to add the draft of your paper closer to the time, or you realize that you don't need the appointment after all and want to cancel. To do any of these things, simply click on your yellow appointment and use either the Attach File, Edit Appointment, or Cancel Appointment buttons. Just remember that if you want to cancel, you'll need to do so with more than 5 hours notice, or you'll be given a late cancellation strike as per our policy and service agreement. There's also a way to have our system identify the most convenient booking time for you. To do that, go back to the top of the page and click the Appointment Search button. This will bring you to a new page where, again, you have the instructions and the information, but if you scroll down, you're going to see a series of drop downs that you can use to fill in information. So let's give this a try. We can select which date we want to do. We'll say the 9th. We want to do it around 10:30. You can also select which staff or resource you can book with, whether you want it to be writing or one of the tutoring options, and whether you want it to be face-to-face or Teams video call. I'm just going to leave those open-ended because I don't mind if it's online or if it's in person. It can be whatever. I'm going to go ahead and click Find Appointments, and it is going to return for us times that are either exact matches or something similar to the information we've put in. As you can see, we have a perfect match at 10:30. We also have some other matches later at that time. If there were multiple consultants working, you might see multiple times available. And then once you found a time that you like, you can go ahead and click Reserve and then fill out the appointment form just like we did on the other version of the calendar. Now, if none of these options work for you or none of them even show up, you can always go back to the top of the page, hit Start Over, and then you can go ahead and re-input data with a new date and a new time or a new parameters that will make sure that you can find an appointment that works for you. And if at any point you think, you know what, I'd rather just pick the time for myself back on the calendar, right here underneath the drop downs, you have a View the Calendar display link. Go ahead and click that, and it will take you back to the calendar booking options. Now, if after trying out the appointment search function and going through the calendar, you just simply can't find a time that works for you, send us an email at writing@tyndale.ca and we can put you on our wait list and let you know if an appointment opens up for the time that you're looking for help with. And if your schedule just simply doesn't match up with ours, maybe you're an international student or you work during the day and you just can't find a time in the evening where we're available, consider our written feedback consultation option. There's going to be a link in the description below where you can find out a little bit more about written feedback and whether or not you are eligible for an appointment of that kind. And remember, it's not just writing or tutoring appointments that can be booked on WC Online. If you go back to that login page back here where we were trying to decide which kind of appointment we want and click on the Book an Advising or Careers Appointment button, it's going to actually take you to the Advising and Careers schedule. Once again, it's going to give you a series of instructions and information on how to book, as well as some resources, and then down below, the actual calendar that you can use to book. Just like with writing and tutoring, you're going to pick the time that works for you, click the open white time slot, fill out the appointment form, change the time to an hour if you want, and then select which kind of assistance you are looking for. And unique to the Advising and Careers calendar is a manual waitlist that you can actually add yourself to. Simply go under the day that you're looking for to be waitlisted on and click the waitlist button. Input who you wanted to work with, in this case, whether they're online or in person. And then the time you would be available for. Hit Join Waitlist, and then our system will automatically notify you if an appointment comes up in that time so that you can book for yourself. And that's it. That's how you book with us on WC Online. The only other step is to show up for your appointment, either on campus or via Microsoft Teams. Remember, that's how we do most of our video appointments here at the Center for Academic Excellence. Log in with your MyTyndale credentials, and your consultant or one of us here on staff at the CAE will contact you when we're ready to go. We hope you found this helpful, and we look forward to working with you soon. Bye.